Well, happy New Year to all of you guys here on the channel. I want to wish you all a very happy start to your 2025. Obviously, this year is going to be a little different around here. If you missed my video on Monday, you do need to watch it. It is, as I said in the video, the most important video I will release on this channel the entire year. Okay, you can skip everything else. You can skip this one if you want to. Don't skip that one because we're talking about what we're starting this year, which is called Sync Focus 2025. In that video, I outline the essential philosophy of what Sync Focus 2025 is, why we're starting it, and why those of you that decide to fully make a decision and participate with us will see a much more productive and successful year this year than you did in 2024. My conversations from the end of last year essentially usually centered around producers saying, you know, I started off the year really excited. I wanted this. I really wanted Sync to be my focus. I wanted to make music. I wanted to get into a library. I wanted more placements. I wanted all these different things. And then, I don't know, life kind of just happened and I got distracted and I didn't feel motivated, you know, 3/4 through the year or halfway through the year. And I'm just kind of feeling like I don't know if I should just give up on Sync or give it another shot. But, you know, I really do think there's something here for me, but I'm not seeing it yet. I'm not seeing the results yet. The reason why, and I explained this in that video from Monday, is because you probably only wanted it. Wanting something is kind of not that useful. It's exciting to feel motivated and be inspired to want something, sure, but everybody wants something. Everybody wants money, everybody wants success, everybody wants placements, everybody wants royalties, right? Wanting something is not special. Everybody wants stuff. What makes, I feel, successful producers different, the 3 to 5% that really turn this into either part-time or full-time income for themselves, they make a decision fairly early on in their career or at some point in their career. They really do make a decision. And the reason why that's different than just wanting something is because a decision involves a commitment and also planning for the days in the future and throughout your year where you won't feel motivated and excited and you won't have this energetic feeling of fresh energy like you probably do today on January 1st, right? So what we're going to do this year, which is different, is we're going to follow a structured plan, Sync Focus 2025, and we're going to expect that in February, March, April, May, June, somewhere in the future, that excitement is going to wear off. That motivation is going to wear off. We're going to wake up and not really feel like making music. We're not going to really feel excited about Sync. We're not going to really feel excited about the things that we thought were going to be our goals throughout the entire year. Because guess what? Spoiler alert, that day is coming. For some of you, it's going to be in February. For some of you, it might be in March, April. But it's coming for all of us, okay? So what we're doing this year, this is very different, is we're going to have check-ins with each other. We're going to have live Zoom interactive calls. Again, all of this stuff is only happening within Sync Academy. I will be broadcasting it here on the channel, and you guys can follow along if you'd like to. We want everybody to follow along and be productive this year. But the interactive elements of the Sync Focus project will be happening exclusively inside of Sync Academy. So those live calls, we're going to have check-ins. I will put you guys in mastermind groups so you can meet even more often if you'd like to. We'll have a community progress chart. We're going to have collaborations. I'll have guest speakers. You name it, we're going to basically make sure that regardless of the month, regardless of the week, there is a lot of stuff for you guys to jump into, to dive into, to make sure your head is in the game, that you're still focused on your goal, which is to probably consistently crank out new music and make sure that you partner with the right libraries and start to get those placements going to finally build up the snowball for your career. That's what Sync Focus 2025 is all about. Now, what we're going to do, though, is we're going to start next week talking about beginning with a target in mind, okay? A lot of producers try to get into sync licensing and they just start making music. And then when they're done with like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 tracks, then they do the process of like, well, I got great music. Which library should I pitch it to? Here's the problem with that. How do you know your tracks are going to be licensable? How do you know they're going to be in demand? How do you know that they're actually going to be something that a library has a good chance of wanting to accept? Well, let's reverse the process. Let's start by doing some research. Let's actually look into some of these top-rated production music libraries. Let's listen to their music. Let's understand and study the tracks that they've already accepted. How long are they? What styles of music? Do they have vocals? If they have vocals, what type of vocals? What types of lyrics? Are there any world elements added? What kind of structures are these libraries accepting? Like, are there sort of common ingredients, some sort of golden rules? And yes, there are for the tracks that are being accepted by those libraries. And let's make sure that we do the research to find out which specific libraries are the right fit for us and our particular strengths. That's what we're going to start off the contract or the challenge with, the sort of project with, is giving you guys a sort of overview on how to find the companies, how to analyze them, and also analyze successful, already accepted production music. Okay. Once you have your list of maybe 3 to 5 top tier, these are the libraries I really, really want to pitch to, and I think that I can get accepted by the end of the year. Then we come down into you being creative and you starting to create music and following along and sort of emulating these reference tracks that you've already heard. More importantly, though, we want to go one step deeper, not just emulating other tracks, but really focusing on how to carve out your own unique sound. That is becoming the must-have skill in sync licensing. You go back maybe 10, 15 years, you could get away with, generic, whatever, replaceable production music that could probably get tons of placements. These days, that is less and less of a very profitable play. You really need to make sure that you're coming to the table with something that's uniquely you. Could be an instrument, could be vocals, could be how you structure it, could be a sort of interesting way that you structure your tracks or whatever. We'll talk about all the different ways you can do it. But you got to have a sonic signature sound that's really 100% speaking and screaming your name and your sonic brand. And we're going to talk about how you guys can do that moving into January. Okay. So the question I have and the challenge we're going to start off this year for all of you guys watching this video right now, if you made it this far, by the way, please leave a like. I'd appreciate that. But here's my first challenge and basically your first decision point for the year. Okay. You ready? How many hours per week are you going to decide, not want, we're not just wanting this year. How many hours per week will you decide to commit to your sync licensing career this year? I want you to put it in the comment below, okay? I don't care if it's 15 minutes a week. I don't care if it's 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week. Maybe it's 20 hours a week. Maybe you're really ambitious. You can do more than that. There is no bad answer to this. The only bad answer I would say is if you say something unbelievable like 80 hours a week. And we all know you're not going to be committing 80 hours a week to this, okay? Be realistic. You've all got jobs. You've all got day gigs. You've got families. You've got other obligations. So realistically, think about your week right now. You don't have to answer immediately, but can you wake up an hour early before work? Do you got some hours in the evening you can carve out? Do you have a free Saturday, a free Sunday? What realistically can you do every single week? And I want you to post that below. And I want you to put it in writing. That's what's really important about this. You want to publicly declare, I'm going to put 5 hours a week at this. I'm going to do 10 hours a week at this. I'm going to do 15 minutes a week at this. It doesn't matter. And in fact, I don't care what your life looks like and what's going on, how hectic it can be. You can carve out time for this if you want it bad enough and if you decide that it's going to be a part of your life. So start small if you need to. Please do. Smaller and consistent is better than large and bailing out by February or March, okay? So be realistic about that. Put that down below. What we're going to be doing as we start our challenge, by the way, this Monday, January 6th, I think at maybe 8 or 9 a.m. PST. I'll put that out when we're going to do that. We're going to start the first meeting. 9 a.m. I know it's 9 a.m. PST. We're going to start the first meeting. And this is going to be the first question I ask of all you guys. So you have some time to think about it if you really don't know right now. But you need to make this decision today. This is the first day of the year. Let's start it off strong. Let's start it off bold. And let's start it off decisive, right? And not just wishy-washy and not just hoping and expecting that the good feelings we all have right now are going to last into the rest of the year, because they just won't. We all know they're not going to. So let's start the year different than we did last year. Last year, we probably didn't make this decision. We didn't make this commitment from day one, but today we can. And my hope for all of you guys is whatever that number is, let's say it's 5, maybe halfway through the year, you can creep that up to 10. Maybe not, and that's okay. But as time goes on, as the months going on, if you start something that's really small and achievable, you can start to show up consistently and make this become a habit and start to carve out some space for sync and making music in your life to the point where it becomes more and more and more of your focus. That's definitely how it was for me in my career in my early days. It started off at about 20 to 30% of my focus. The rest was with my side gigs and independent contract work and all the video work I was doing. And as the years went on, that 20, 30% grew and grew and grew till it was 50-50, and it eventually became my full-time focus. And that's how it comes for most sync licensing producers. It's very rare that somebody just stumbles into the business and starts making 6 figures in their first or second year. Almost impossible. So don't expect that. It's going to be sort of turning up the dial on your focus and your time and attention. So that's what Sync Focus is all about, is basically getting you guys to make a decision and to commit to it. And I'm really, really stoked for this one. This is going to be a great, awesome year. I'm really feeling excited about it. If you guys have any questions about Sync Focus, again, first watch that video, as I said before, you can comment below. You can email me, jesse@syncmymusic.com, jesse@syncmymusic.com. And again, follow along for free, all you want here on YouTube. But if you really want to take it to the next level, make that next level commitment and decide to be a part of a really interactive and positive, supportive community, there will be a link below where you can join us in Sync Academy, get access to all the features which I've just released and actually today within the Sync Academy platform, and sort of get your year off started the right way. So we're excited for you guys. We'll have more details for you guys on Monday. And for now, wish you guys all a happy 2025, and let's make this one a great one.